Have you ever wanted to register your exhibits and then somehow separate them between the plaintiffs and defendants' exhibits? If so, notebooks is the way to go. I'll show you how to do that coming up on the CueCast. Rob Held here with you for episode 5 of the CueCast, and today we are going to talk about using notebooks as a way to categorize your exhibits. Let's say you had defendants exhibits and plaintiff exhibits and maybe even some joint exhibits, and you want to find a way to be able to get those together into their own folders, so to speak. We're going to use notebooks to do that. Hey, I want to thank everybody for liking and subscribing to our channel. Also want to tell you, if you have anything that you want to talk about, anything that you want us to cover on the CueCast in these little miniature training episodes, simply let us know. Send us an email, CueCast@onQtech.com, and we'll be glad to answer that right here for you. So let's go ahead and go now over to our machine and let's look at what we're going to do in OnCue. As we come into OnCue, notice we have no documents loaded at this time and we have no notebooks at this time. So what I'm going to do is leave both of those things alone, but I do want to show the notebooks tab in a new tab or a new window. The easiest way to do that, of course, you can click here and do just that, but the easiest way is to click on Build Notebooks, and this will bring up a notebook window. Now, let's move into what we have. I'm going to go to my OnCue files, and notice I have a folder called Defendant Exhibits. You can see those here. What I'll do is, instead of dragging and dropping the Defendant Exhibits folder into the media bar, I will drag and drop this into notebooks instead. And here's what happens. When we drop it in a notebook, notice we still get our Add Media wizard that is here. We're going to talk about this in its entirety in an upcoming CueCast. I'm going to tell this continue. And now what you'll see is, as this media is copied into the folder, notice now we have a notebook called Defendant Exhibits. Those are also registered here in the tree in the media bar. So you could do this in one step versus doing it in two, whereas you would create your documents, you would bring them into OnCue, and then drag and drop them to a notebook. Instead, you can simply bring them in that way. So as you can see, same thing. If I go here and I've got extra PDF, for instance, well, I have nothing in that folder. Let's see where I've got some stuff here. I do in the Plaintiff Exhibits folder. Look at all these right here. So instead, what I could do is I could just grab the Plaintiff Exhibits folder, drag it to a notebook, go ahead and uncheck that one, and then hit continue. And now all of my Plaintiff Exhibits are going to add in, and I have a notebook of Plaintiff Exhibits. Just something that you can do. The notebook is going to come in as the name of whatever your folder is. So the folder that we brought that from was called Plaintiff Exhibits. That would be the name of the notebook that it will create for you here. So if you want to put things, if you wanted to have a notebook called Extra PDF, and for instance, if I put in Extra PDF here, and then I drag and drop that in, notice that this is going to be called Extra PDF. That's the name of the notebook where the file went into. So as you can see, that's an easy way to do this inside of OnCue. So here it is. This is what the CueCast does. We give you short little tips, tidbits, and tricks. We enable you to use those to come in and learn a little bit. Don't ever forget about our training sessions. If you've not had an official OnCue training, that is the only way to receive the certified user certification. That's the only way to be able to take that test, is to go through that training that we have. So you can find that on our website. Also, I want to say that we've got several things cooking, several things in the works for new features that we're going to be bringing you this year. We're working on those diligently, and we're going to show some of those as they release to the public here on the CueCast. So for everybody at OnCue, I'm Rob Helt. We'll see you next week.